Right, swimming. We're going to talk about swimming over the next few minutes. In terms of my own experience of swimming and how I've been able to go from pretty much about 4 years ago, I couldn't swim the length of myself. 20 metres, probably 10 metres, I was as quick as anyone. And then I just wasn't able to continue. But over the last 4 years, I've been able to stick with the swimming. And now, yesterday I've swam 2 miles. I'm training for my 8th Ironman race now in 7 weeks. And I've actually come from a position in my life where I didn't like swimming, I didn't enjoy swimming, didn't like training in the pool, to now where it's probably, from a triathlon perspective, out of the 3 sports, the swimming, the running and the cycling, I would say now swimming's probably my strongest part of the triathlon, as opposed to the running and the cycling. So anyway, lots of people have been DMing me and messaging me over the last probably 6 or 7 months about swimming. Like, most people have the same problem. Lots of people want to do triathlons, but they all say, well, I can't really swim, or I would never be able to do the swim. So I'm going to give you a few tips about how, in my view, you can get from, say, swimming 20 metres up to a mile in only about 12 weeks. I think you can do this in 3 months. I was able to do it in 3 months, and if I can do it, you can do it in 3 months as well. So there's a couple of wee tips I want to share with you first. These little swimming earplugs, have changed my whole experience in the pool. For me, I kept getting water in my ear, and it's really uncomfortable, where you would be half deaf for most of the week. So it's not something you want to experience. So you can buy these online on Amazon. They're a couple of quid. So I don't get in the pool unless I've got my earplugs, and they just go in very, very easy. Secondly, you need to get yourself a pair of decent goggles. Again, trial and error. I don't promote any brands, but this brand is AEGEND. So good goggles is obviously key. And for me, I always swim with a swimming cap. This is my Barcelona half Ironman one. I've got 7 Ironman swimming caps, so proud about that. So anyway, once you've got the gear right, I think if you're serious about this and you want to master the art of swimming, I really believe that you're going to have to take at least 2, probably 3 lessons from a swimming coach. And there are swimming coaches all over the place, but if you really want to master this, I'm only going to guide you. But if you want to be able to swim up to a mile and further, you need to get yourself a swimming coach, and you need to book 2 or maybe 3 lessons. That's all. I had 2 lessons, and after I did the lessons, the other tip I would share with you is there's lots of swimming videos on YouTube. And for me, for the first few months, I used to watch YouTube and get on and look at the technique and try and develop my own style in the water. So one of my friends, Jerry Duffy, talks about this. There's 3 real rules to swimming. Number 1 is technique. Number 2 is technique. And number 3, to master the art of swimming, is technique, right? So it's all about technique. And for me personally, I think there's the basics that you learn, obviously, in terms of striking the water, and you're pulling your arm back and getting your legs going. How fast should your legs go? Breathing is really, really important. But the bottom line for me with swimming, to keep this really, really simple and concise, is if you take 2 or 3 lessons from a decent swimming coach, if you get on to YouTube and you watch some of the swimmers on YouTube, and even if you're standing at the pool, what I used to do is I used to watch people who actually could swim up and down, and just try and figure out when they were breathing. For me, once you get more competent in the water and more confident in the water, I tend to have a habit of breathing every 4 strides. So I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm up, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm up. So I can breathe both sides, right and left. And again, at the beginning, like, I was 1 stride and then up to breathe, 1 strike and then up to breathe. So once you get better and more confident and stronger in the water, you can hold your breath longer, you become more relaxed. And for me now, yesterday I did 2 miles yesterday in just over an hour in a 50-meter pool, and it was very straightforward. I wasn't overly tired after it. I really enjoyed it, because when I get out of swimming now, it allows me to sort of switch off. Nobody can text me, phone me, get in contact with me. I'm in the water, I'm in the pool, I'm on my own, and I actually find it, I really enjoy that aspect of swimming, where you're uncontactable, and it's like now a form of meditation for me. And once you get really confident in the water, you can start to think about things that's going on outside, and plan and plot as well. If you can zone into your own space and your own headspace and try and enjoy what you're doing. So earplugs for me is a big one. I think that's something that you should consider. Obviously stops the water getting in, and then obviously you need to get some form of swimming cap if you want to be taken seriously here. Get a decent pair of goggles. You need to take 2 or 3 lessons and get on YouTube and watch people on YouTube, and watch people who are good swimmers at the pool that you're at. And then lastly, if you want to really master the art of swimming, you need to get in the water. So there's no point swimming, it's like playing golf. You know, I used to play golf. Golf is something where you have to stick with it. You have to keep at it. You try and improve and improve and improve. Maybe take a couple of lessons so you get better. But if you stop playing golf for 6 months or 3 months, you're back to square one. I probably think that swimming is the same. I think you need to be consistent. You need to be persistent. And if you really want to master this, you can. I never really ever believed at one time that I could swim a couple of miles no problem. And now for me in the pool, a couple of miles, the hardest part of the swim is actually getting there and getting in the water. That's a mental thing. But now I'm swimming long regularly, and I believe that in 12 weeks, if you take a couple of lessons, do what I've set out in this video, I think that you can swim up to 1600 meters, which is a mile. And then ultimately, I think you can really enjoy it. For me, I've really enjoyed the experience of learning a new discipline. And you know, I never thought that, you know, with the Ironman coming up in a number of weeks, that the one part of the Ironman that I would look forward to is the actual swim in the sea. So that's where I find myself now. If you have any questions about this, send me a DM or leave a message underneath. Or you can get me on Twitter, on Instagram and Facebook. So hope you find it interesting, and good luck and happy swimming.